Even if you rotate, the buttons will always be located next. Okay. Alright, so I appear to be connected. This might be a connection that lasts some time. It seems like it's a pretty good connection, so yeah, this is the test. I'm going to do a further test for the other side. Okay, and how much can I zoom? Say I wanted to zoom a significant amount, and off in the distance over here. That's it. All right. That's pretty trippy how the zoom works on live. It's not great. I definitely can't zoom when it's a front facing. I got the police scanner on, but I pick up a lot of static. So now I'm on a Samsung S20, and I only have to press the rotate once. I don't have to front. But now it's just not. It's focused in on the filth on my windshield. I only have to press it once. And there's a microphone icon that shows. This is a unique situation. Yeah, lots of static. All right. So this is the Samsung S20. I tried this tablet for going live stream, and it doesn't seem to work so well because people were saying it's tripping out. You know, I didn't even really check closely enough. Yeah, I can't zoom, right? Oh, I can. How much? Wow. I can really zoom in. I couldn't zoom in on the S9. So now on the Samsung 20, I can do a zoom on the front face as well as the back face. So that's pretty cool. I can't, yeah, but I can only do 2 zooms. I can only do the normal and then the very close up. And it looks like it's pretty good. It's working pretty good. I'm afraid it might overheat. It's a little warm. So that's a concern. So yeah, I'm online and I'm just testing it out. I got some complaints to make that don't have to do with this phone. All right. There's a drone. Yeah, I got this police scanner. This might actually be readable. Let me test it out here. Readable. This, okay. It could probably be louder. No, it doesn't appear to be readable. So I don't know what to think of that then. Man, those librarians. 15 minutes, I guess. All right. So I'm letting the time pass. Just a second here. All right. Okay. Yeah. All this static. All this static is coming from the CB radios. All this static is coming from CB radios. So I don't know how to deal with that exactly. You know, I'm getting some looks that are interesting. I think I want to record these people. I guess I'm a little open and vulnerable here, like that guy. I get. off in the distance. Snow. All right, let's see how this. All right, maybe I could just keep the camera higher so that when I want to record like this guy walking. What? I don't even see. Oh, he crossed. Okay. You can kind of see a little bit of the traffic going on. It's, man, again. So, and then I'm zoomed in, so there we go. It's, I mean, this is just a random time and a random place to be recording. So, not, I don't really expect anything out of the ordinary. Why did the screen got dark? This screen's got some kind of dynamic lighting system, so yeah, this is I'm still in Missouri, so I I am I am I am vulnerable to these looking issues. I mean, Louisiana's still worse, but Missouri has set the bar low by having me answer. I had to answer to a charge of staring. Yeah, that is something else. The CB radio traffic is just horrible. I can't stand. I really don't like it. I don't like dealing with it, and I think there's an option to stop it. I'm avoiding it all, but there's probably like thousands of CB radio channels to avoid, and they don't come up all at once. They come up periodically. Yeah, once I start going through the CB, I know it's just bad. It's a bad experience but I've been told it's a squelch issue. It's a bad experience to run through the CB channels. That's partly why they got abandoned. You got to turn up the squelch, and then that affects the sensitivity adversely. Wait another minute to let more of this, to let something else come through, and turn it off. All right. So I got another phone camera, and I'm carrying both of them around. I got this S20 I'm recording on, and this S9, and I want to carry them both at the same time. I could record on both and put them all in one file, and then, since everything is annotated by time and dates, it should still be that way for both the S9 and the S20. They're not too far apart, and it'll all arrange in order. So there's minimal work that needs to be done. There's minimal work involved with managing videos chronologically. There's minimal, because it's standard for all videos and all pictures. They're all labeled as a part of the Samsung system of time and date. So that's a big benefit, because then I don't question when I took this picture on the S9. When did I take this video on the S20? They're all together, chronological. I put them all together, and it's very nice. But when it comes to recording on the GoPros, I got a real bad discrepancy. All right, I would like to record on these two GoPros. I would like to alternate between them, but the way that the files are saved, I can't keep track of that, and I get mixed up. It's either record on one GoPro and have it perfectly in chronological order, so long as I make sure that they're 7-minute clips or less, or yeah, I would, if I wanted to incorporate both, I would have to really pay close attention, and a lot of times it's just impossible. Block the CB channel range. All right, emergency. 10-4. 118 Salem, I'll be en route to 72. But yeah, getting things arranged in order is what I want to do if I'm gonna mess around with videos. And I have to admit I'm a little bored of just straight up recording on this GoPro 10. I just kind of slip it over, set it over here, and turn it on when I want. Sometimes, you know, it's helpful, but I do record a little too much boring activity. I mean, it's fun. It's fun starting out. Yeah, that's what this radio is composed of. Is just me canceling out squelch. You know, there is a way to stop squelch. Maybe I can. Maybe I can get back. Okay. No, that's... Alright. I'll have to learn what that squelch is again. Cover your car in tinfoil. Okay. Is it legal to cover a car in tinfoil? I use them as security cameras. Use GoPro as security cameras? Slow talk. Okay. Yeah, yep, there's another channel to X out. These my police scanner experience is largely about squelching out, or is largely about canceling out the static. That doesn't get me too excited about ham radio. Just listening to police scanners alone can be enough of a chore. So yeah, I'm trying to keep the order for my camera, like for the how the cameras present, how I present the videos on cameras. And it's easy to do with the Samsung setup, but not so much with GoPro. And I'd really like to be able to transfer between the 9 and the 10. I mean, but there's the major discrepancy is not being able to keep track of the time. It's just impossible. Unless if I was able to like get on it every trip. Sometimes I can't. Sometimes it'll be a few days before I can get on and put the videos on the laptop and then check the order. Sometimes it could be a few days, and then I'll have really forgotten the order. So that's it. And I can't take a wild guess. I can't just put a random order together. Sometimes, you know, just say, oh, a 10 and a 9 and a 10 and a 9, and just go back and forth. Because sometimes I might want to play the 10 two times in a row. There might be something more interesting in front of me than behind me. So it's something that there's really not a lot of brainstorming that I can do about this. It's GoPro even explained that this is more of a recreational use camera. These cameras are more recreational, so they don't have professional timing sequences to inputs, like as software. This would be a software issue. That since it's such a recreational camera, that, you know, because nobody's making money on YouTube uploading videos with GoPro. It's just for recreation. It's just a recreational camera. If you want, wear a tinfoil hat when the cops stop me. That's a good suggestion. I don't have any tinfoil in here. I have found tinfoil in the woods at times. Just homeless people have left it behind. So ham frequencies are quiet at VHF range. Um, so yeah, I think GoPro needs to change, not me. Look into a 360 camera. No, all GoPros are recreation. There's not a single GoPro camera that's professional. It's all recreation. But the thing is, I think they're just making excuses, and because Samsung is a recreational phone, it's not designed exclusively for camera, but the camera's pretty good on this S20. And they have figured out that putting the videos and pictures, just annotating in the file that the date and time is how they want to do it, and it's not a bad choice in my opinion. I don't know what users of GoPro prefer how GoPro is labeling each of the videos. Who prefers the GoPro style of like labeling the videos? Because I don't like it. It's just I mean, it's fine that they break it up after 12 minutes. They break up the videos. These cameras, the Samsung cameras doesn't break up the video until about 25-30 minutes in. Then they'll start a new segment about 30 minutes in. The spy cameras, this little spy camera breaks up video every 10 minutes. This cop cam, which I haven't used in forever now, breaks up every 5 minutes, breaks up videos. There's various times that the manufacturers have decided on, and I guess there's various reasons for breaking up the videos to save them. But yeah, I just don't like how GoPro is managing, is forcing the management of videos on us. I really have no way. I have a how to cook in a car class. Yeah, I cooked some food that needs to be thrown out. It's been about 4 days. I got food that I cooked 4 days ago still sitting in my car. How does it look? Let's have a peek. That's I won't eat it, but I think it looks fine. And barley and stew. I won't eat it at this point. I won't reheat it and eat it. It's not easy. It's not easy to do the cooking in this car, especially where I'm at right now. Avoid. You know, this is annoying. Avoid everything. You know, I'm gonna turn this off. I've had enough. It's all about canceling the squelch. Yeah, actually, when I was at Acres Dam and stayed a couple of nights at Acres Dam, that's closed. Acres Ferry, that's closed. Yeah, I canceled out about 30 of those CB handles, and they just keep coming. The static keeps coming on a new channel. I'm hitting only the temporary block out, so when I turn this off and back on, they're all open again. I guess you got to double tap to permanently hit them, to knock them off. CB radio is just a squelching nightmare. Yeah, I prefer to avoid it. Just stick with, but I need to figure out how to block it again. There's so many steps involved with this. It's something I got to take the time. There's so many steps involved that they got in this. It's all a learning experience. Upper and lower side bands. I don't know what a side band is. There's only They're radio bands. That's all I'm aware of. Yeah, there's other cameras maybe I could play with. I don't have any Panasonic cameras. Um, yeah, it's the mounting in my car is pretty useful. Is pretty important for recording. There's the mounting that I got to consider. There's the time for the videos. I want to be able to annotate that they're for the chronological order of them. If I use multiple cameras, but there's apparently professional cameras out there that have some kind of sync. You can sync up multiple cameras in a timeline. And I can do that with the Samsung. Now that I have two Samsung phones, I can sync. They'll sync. I put everything in one file between the Samsung S9 and the Samsung S20, and all the dates will just fall in place in chronological order. But if I put both the GoPro 9 and the GoPro, no, it wouldn't be a. I don't think that I'm just thinking, yeah, it wouldn't be a matter of needing two GoPro 10s or two GoPro 9s. The way the files are numbered are crazy. They don't sync. All right, those GoPro files are they're just gonna make up these random weird numbers. I think I tried to look up the explanation of that. They didn't seem to have a really good explanation. I can't recall what exactly they said. But well, their excuse is that it's recreational use. So, there's no way to sync up two cameras, and there's no way I'm running two cameras at the same time. For most occasions, I want to go back and forth. I want to go back. I want to do 9, then 10, and then maybe 10 again, then go to 9. And maybe even 9 again, back and forth, 9, 10. It'd save on battery life. I'd be using the batteries of two cameras, alternating, and yeah. But the problem is there's a timeline discrepancy that I just can't figure out. I can't figure, well, unless if I paid super close attention, and I can't because I don't have a power source in this car for my laptop, because the only way I could pay close attention to the timeline between two GoPro cameras is if I got them right away put onto the laptop, and then carefully try to figure out which came before which, because sometimes I could even record on the 10 3 times in a row and then go to the 9, because the primary camera is always going to be this camera facing forward, and every so often maybe I'll face it back and look out the side. But I can't keep it all in order. There's that timeline discrepancy, and then there's also a minor discrepancy which I don't even think about much, because I can't get the timeline discrepancy. And in fact, I gotta say, I haven't tested the audio difference between the S9 and the S20 yet. That could be a discrepancy. I may get the same time and dates for between two cameras, but the audio might be something that's a bit of a problem. It's definitely a problem between using this and using this. I notice a difference in audio quality between the 9 and the 10. This 10 sounds better, of course, and the audio on the 9 is a lot more quiet. So that's something like I have to figure out. Because if I ever figure out the timeline, then I got to think about audio qualities. They got to be the same audio level. or I'd be manually changing. I'd have to pretty much I'd have to, if I were to have ever miraculously figured out the timeline issues, then um, then the next problem would be figuring out the audio issues, and I'd have to turn up the audio for all the 9 footage to whatever level. I don't even know what would make it even, because it's like there's the 10 is loud coming through the video and the 9 is quiet. So yeah, either it's a matter of either turning down the 10 volume or turning up the 9. Let's see, if you're a guy buying any kind of insurance, put down 9 binary or identify as female and you want to lower insurance rates. Okay, yeah, it's not just about claiming that you've never had an accident in your life. It's you gotta say a little bit. You gotta give the insurance companies something that that they've studied a little closer. Lithium is 200 charge. Oh, solar. Yeah, those solar panels. I've tested the weight of solar panels and the bulkiness. And I mean, in this car, I don't have much room. I threw away a couple of things to save some room. I threw away my teapots. I don't have any teapots in this car now. There was a time when I had about 4 teapots, but as things get shuffled around in this car, they were breaking. I lost the little end of the teapot that gives the whistle, and then the handles break off, and they just fall apart on me because I'm constantly shuffling and burying and uncovering and rotating, and they all broke. And I was just like, whatever. I kind of know how I want to boil grass, so I could just stick with the teapot or with the regular pot now. It's just and I have multiple bowls, so the cooking utensil is entirely my pot. And then if I wanted to cook multiple things, I mean, I only have one burner anyway, so it'd be a matter of pouring out the contents of the pots into a bowl. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bowls, 4 good sized bowls. So I don't know if that shows the 4 bowls over there somewhere, but I cook once. I cook in one pot, and then if I want to do multiple cookings, it's a matter of just pouring into a bowl of some kind. Yeah, yeah, you can boil grass now. I was out at the Acres Ferry, just sitting around waiting, and let's see, I boiled up some dandelion, plantain, regular grass, a dark colored grass, and let's see, I think there's another. Oh yeah, and the cleavers. I just boiled them all together, and I was low energy, and drinking that tea picked up my energy. Ideally, I would boil and then throw some ice in afterward. I want to, boil it hot and then drink it cold. But it's not always easy to do that, to cool it down, to get it to a nice cool temperature to make it more enjoyable. Water and liquids in general are more enjoyable to drink cool, and so that's why I have these canisters. And I actually want to get a 5th. I want to get 5 because I'm trying to manage milk. 1 gallon of milk roughly every day, and I'm trying to manage that. And of course, milk can make things stinky and problematic with the rotting. And so I'm trying to rotate every day, just a different canister. And it's hard to even do with 4. So I'll buy a 7 to 10 pound bag of ice. These, each one's a gallon, and then I want to reserve 1 for milk. And even with 4, all 4 of these pretty much stink. I'm trying to clean out as often as I can, rotate as much as I can, and still I have problems with the milk, like just rotting. There's just doesn't take much residue. So, uh, yeah, to stay on top of it is not easy. And I figure rotating with a lot of liquid, try to dilute it as much as possible with plenty of ice and water, and canister between 5 canisters. Uh, so that's something to manage. And then sometimes I might want to throw in some frozen fruits too with wash out with vinegar. With that, I think I'd be a little scared of vinegar because of um, it might affect the silicone ring. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, maybe vinegar. But it's really the biggest. Yeah, powdered milk. Powdered milk is too much. I'll have uh, I'll have powdered potatoes. try try eating powdered milk and powdered potatoes together and tell me how great that tastes. Powdered milk. I lived off of powdered milk for a while, and no thank you. I'm done with that. That's enough. I accept powdered vegetable matter, like with the powdered onion. I'll do that. I mix this with my powdered potatoes. But yeah, the powdered milk is pretty good, but it tastes good going down, but it's just there's something wrong with it. There's a lot of things that taste good going down. Um, let's see, Reese's peanut butter cups, Mars bars. Let's see, Snickers. Snickers is good going down. Um, let's see, there's all kinds there's all kinds of candies, like the cookies and cakes. There's all kinds of good things. There's all kinds of things that are good going down, all right? But once they get in your system, problems develop. And powdered milk is one of those problems. It's a concentrated milk, and dietitians suggest don't consume any concentrated like concentrated fruit juices. I think that should go for concentrated milk too. Uh, these these dried potatoes aren't concentrated. How do you concentrate potatoes? So I just they're just dried potatoes. They're not really concentrated. So I'll accept that. This onion powder is not concentrated, right? I don't think it is. It's just dehydrated. It's not, well, concentrated is kind of like dehydrated, but I don't. It's yeah. I'm not. I'm done with powdered milk. I'm through with powdered milk. There's no. I did it for a while, and it just doesn't work for me. Um, milk is something that needs to be consumed fresh, or in fermented form as yogurt. That's the only way I would consume milk. Fresh or fermented, either one. No other way. I don't like consuming cheese, but I was forced to consume cheese in jail. I was forced to consume a lot of things I normally wouldn't consume, like deli meat. Imagine having only six cookies and 2 slices of deli meat for lunch in jail. That's your lunch. So yeah, one of my big problems here is the camera work right now. I'd like to figure something out to enjoy recording a little bit more, and I think I can enjoy a recording with the Samsungs. I just wish there was a way to also enjoy recording with the GoPro. And I've watched that channel called Itchy Boots on YouTube. She's figured it out. I don't know what she's doing. So yeah, that's what I'm interested in is how is Itchy Boots doing it? That Dutch woman who's driving around South America right now. Um, Yeah, powdered potatoes are pretty good. In the form of French fries, isn't? Um, so yeah, Itchy Boots has two cameras and sometimes three, and she somehow figures out how to go back and forth between them. I don't know how she does it. Like you could see her, she'll have one camera on and then she's actively turning on the other, so she's on top of it. And I think it's a conscientious thing. She's just figured out the system, her own system. Probably intelligence involved with that too. Just having a good memory. I want things to be easy. Yeah, I'd rather drink goat's milk than dehydrated milk at this point. Could she be doing that? Farming out editing? I don't know. I think she's probably doing it all on her own. Well, there are maybe she's farming out the music, but when she says that she stops at a hotel and says, "Oh, I'm gonna be here for a few days." I think she meant for editing. I think she's spending enough time to for her to do it all on her own with the music and everything. Yeah, some people have things figured out. Um, like you can't just you'd be asking a lot of somebody to figure out your timeline between two separate cameras. When you're yeah between two GoPro cameras, let's you get these in the timeline in the proper order and whatever. I, it's it's something that my small mind I can't figure out. And I want to be conservative because sometimes a camera dies. Like this stupid 9, it got down to 3%. It just killed the battery overnight or something. It killed the battery. I got a couple of batteries, so I just replaced it with another one. But the battery just every so often it'll just like is run itself dead somehow. I think it's partly my error because I do sometimes forget, but I think it does it on its own too. I can't be making that many mistakes. So yeah, it's a camera issue. My legal problem now I see this is still going. It's pretty good. That my legal problem is still in the process, and that's another issue on its own. I don't know what I can't. My sounds like my lawyer's done a lot of work, and I just can't follow along anymore. It's like I was given. Oh, I need to. Okay, I need to log in here first. there's there's all this work going on. I am on library Wi-Fi. Okay, and it is okay. Missouri by. Okay. And let's see if I can maybe get to what they're. Oh, couldn't connect. Show it is correct. You couldn't. I'm online right now with my phone. Library Wi-Fi couldn't connect to a network. Connecting. Oh, now I'm connected. Okay. Well, I didn't actually. Maybe I didn't need to, well, no, I needed to be connected. All right. So can I like all this new stuff? Yeah, I needed to be connected for a couple of links. All right. How can I demonstrate this? Come on. Will it even show? Let's see if I can put this lower. And all right, hit it. I got these folders right here, and I'm not quite following what's going on. I was told that my lawyer uploaded the file cases or something, and I'm not following where the trial. It sounds like the trial transcript is up and ready. Yeah, that's nothing. Back court. Oh no, I don't think it's court minutes. I got to get familiar with this, and I only had an hour today in the library. All right, tap it again. Maybe I'm not connecting. All right, tap it again, and again, and again. Am I being blocked? I guess I'm being blocked on that one. Exhibits? Maybe, okay. I can get into the folders. I can look at all that PDF work going on. There's a whole bunch filed for. All right, but can I get on? Okay. So I might be getting blocked. I might be getting blocked on some PDFs. I was told that I might be getting blocked. I'm not sure though. Okay, this one's loading the documents. Got a status bar right there. What's that? You would think that any lawyer that could do anything would be able to get you off for sure. Well, lawyer Phil is doing quite a bit of work. Motion to suppress witness statements and set suppression hearing. All right, so I got a lot of these files. There's just so much. I just don't know. What I don't know what all has been done. It sounds like the work is being conducted between multiple people. It's not just the lawyer. There's also a couple other guys who are putting files together, and this is stuff that I'm not quite following now at this point. I have poor organizational skills, so let's see. One can only argue if proper procedure rules aren't followed. Yep, it's only it's only a matter of law that's to be argued. So this is still loading. So each file, it's like, okay, yeah, I can look at all these files, but it takes a minute for each one of these files. Intent to apply for a writ of review, request for a return. Each of these files take a minute to open up. So it's quite some activity that's going on here. Yeah, Philip Adams. It's quite some activity here. It's hard for me to follow along at this point with all these files and stuff. I don't quite have a grasp of what they're doing with all of this. There's so much, and they have, yeah, and I can't even get into some. Heinze court what? Min? What is a court min? Yep, I'm not getting any money off of this. Okay, yeah, I just left something. And this is like, come on. This is like what? This is like two issues. I got two separate types of files here that I saved onto my tablet, and the there's offender Heinze, which has got its own mix of stuff, multiple like personal stuff I could follow. It's like one is written by one guy, Dan, and the other folder is written by the other guy, Phil, the lawyer, something like that. I'm having some difficulty following along, and I haven't really taken enough time to study it. And I don't know how to present anything. It's all corrupt deceit. Yeah, So there's multiple files that I need to get. I guess I need to get familiar with to understand what does all printed off at the library. I already threw away a ton of paperwork from my pre-trial period. I threw away all of my pre-trial paperwork now, and then now we got it in PDF form here. But I was getting buried in my car, so I needed the relief. And the past couple of weeks have been pretty hot, from Natchitoches up to here. Today is a decent day. I'm actually sitting in my car, and this phone isn't overheating. It feels fine. It's a nice cloudy day, and it's just it's very manageable. And the next few days look good. I'm that far enough north, but also the weather has stabilized too, because apparently it's been 10 degrees warmer than normal. So that's at the legal stuff. The camera issue. I'm slowly moving north at a leisurely pace, not looking for trouble, doing a little bthen exploring around. I got this new phone, and I want to try to take more pictures and stuff. And then between the S9 and the S20 to play around with. This S20 is really great for zooming in. Oh wait, is that? Oh, the hot part is on the camera side. Okay, it's more not on the charge side. But yeah, this S20 has a much better zoom than the S9. For camera stuff, it's well, I recorded the gas station with the S20, and I was able to like do half zoom, so I take in more of the gas station in the shot than I could with the S9. I would have had to stand back further with the S9 to get the same shot that I did with the S20. The S20 is like almost like a GoPro with the wider angle shot. I really like that wider angle. That's pretty cool. Yeah, doing the best I can with what I got. Well, yeah, it started out with the iPod, the iPod 5, and that was that wouldn't zoom in. All right, it didn't have the ability to zoom in while recording. I needed to stop the recording, let it zoom, let it adjust the focus. It wasn't able to adjust the focus while recording. And then you have to stop the recording, let it focus, then start recording again. That's partly why my car, when the cops searched my car in Hiram in 2017, well, I couldn't focus on them because the camera was stuck in a different focus. Couldn't really focus from a, yeah, it just can't adjust while it's recording. Yeah, the 360 camera is pretty good. I have two. You probably won't like the Fusion so much. This Fusion is not as good, but I'll keep it on standby. It's the GoPro Max is better. The GoPro Max has room for improvement too, but it's definitely a big step over the Fusion. But it's neat. I want to have one of each type of camera. I don't want to have two of the same type. It's got the 8, 9, 10. I don't want 2 10. I don't want to get another 10 or another 9. Just have one of each type. Just to see the difference in variety. Just something to play with. The real professionals would get multiple cameras, I'm sure. I'm having difficulty with the 360. I don't quite understand how to play with the 360 videos. I can't just take a 360 video and put it on DaVinci Resolve and edit it like I can just I can put the only way I can edit a 360 video is through the app. And I guess now this S9, it's kind of slow, but this S9 will be my primary GoPro, my primary editor for the 360 video. But I'm a little curious if this S20 can process faster. So I might want to just try that once or twice. But I think I'll designate now the S9 for 360 video processing. And then that'll free up this S20 for more recording. So really, I'm limited by my ability to record. That's the thing. I have quite a bit of camera equipment, but it's now a matter of me finding the opportunity, me finding reasons to record, and I don't find a whole lot of reasons to just record. Like I don't really find many reasons to use this cop cam. I don't 32-bit 32-bit is the max. Is that gonna show? Okay, I can't quite zoom in on the front facing cam. Won't correct, but then I put it on the other side. Let's see. Well, that's okay. Well, the max that you put a 64 in here and it won't record. It just doesn't have the software capable of recognizing anything larger than a 32. West Plains at the end of one of my, let's see, show me states news now. Yeah, you go ahead and use all the video you want. West Plains was a weird situation. I'm just thankful that I didn't get arrested. I think I have about 21 more cop stops before I get arrested again, based upon the statistics of it all. Yeah, it's about the only good, the dice, playing this as dice is about the only good thing that this is good for. 'Cause the problem is that it's too zoomed in. It's got a very narrow camera angle. And so that means you got to position it perfectly, and it's really hard to position this perfectly. I don't know. You could I guess I could set it on a shelf or something, but this has a problem with missing the shot. It's really not that sneaky of a camera. I'm having problems with my pen camera now. This thing is just not turning on the way I need it to. Let me just fiddle with it. I'm all right. I think I hold it for 3 seconds. All right, the light should come on. Look at that. I'm holding it. Oh, okay, it does turn on. Wow. Okay, all right. Well, the next step is I think I hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, see the light's still on, and it's supposed to shut off. All right, so it didn't quite. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it's recording. It wasn't really working great for me before. All right, so I want to stop that now. 1, 2, 3. And now, okay, it stopped recording. So actually that worked that time. Man, this thing is tricky though. Ztronics pen, it wasn't working right. Okay, and so, all right, by default, now I kind of wish I could pull out a battery, but by default, I kind of turn it off because I don't quite know I forgot how to turn it off. I turn it off by pulling out the SD card. It flashes and then turns off. This is the on-off button. This is the off button. So yeah, it's got the SD card and then the charge. it's tricky. It can be frustrating at times, but that's why you want to have more than one spy camera. And so I spied on some people today with this as my alternate, and this works a little bit more reliably. But I might have shown this before. It's so easy to accidentally turn on the flashlight, give yourself away. When I'm not using this thing, I make sure that this flips up, it stays up, so that when I turn the light on accidentally, it's flipped up and not forward. So it's I mean, this was this was more of an experimental design than anything. But it works, and it's magnetic too, so I kind of stick it up in the metal so I always know where it's at. Let's see, Zapton got attacked by Charles. That's interesting because I've never really had oh, is this overheating? Yeah, the camera's getting a little warm. I can't quite view deleted message. There's somebody from Iceland. Man, that's a long way away. Where am I? I'm in Missouri, so yeah, heading north in a slow direction, doing the same one after the other. Yeah, so I mean I guess I've yeah, the cameras, getting the GoPros, I need to figure out how to work with the GoPros better. I mean, this is what they presented, and I need to figure it out myself. I want the easy access. I want easy access to videos. The one-touch button recording is great, but okay, here's some police. Let's see, are they going to come this way? Nope. Nope, they're not. But I think that's a police station there. No, because the post office is on the other side. But they've been like hanging out here. I gotta look at the map to see where the police station is. It's probably there, or they're in and out of. Oh, we're looking at the police station right now. And yeah, so let's see, what else is there? Camera work, my legal issues. This just working on. I don't know how noisy that is when I'm making that turn. Yeah, my health is doing pretty good. I'm doing more neck bridges, and it's improving my whole digestion, improving my posture. It's helping me with sitting here for hours on end. I'll get out and I'll do some neck bridges. It works. I work the top of the shoulder, and then the back of the neck, the upper old sorry, and it's not easy to push. Mike Tyson did neck bridges. That's not really. Yeah, it's a great exercise. This is correct. I'm correcting everything. And I don't quite always do the full neck bridge because I don't have great strength. I'll do it every so often when I have the strength. But sometimes I just lay on my back and just press the back of my head into the ground, and my fists. I keep my fists right here, and I'll press them into the ground too. So, and I'll just sit there and push like I'm trying to push myself up, but I only have enough strength to just put a little force into it. And that's strengthening things. That's straightening and strengthening. That's been the problem. I'm done with push-ups for a long time until I can get this posture straight again. I think doing too many push-ups was causing a posture issue. And so to help with the neck bridges, I got a couple of rugs now. I got a couple of kitchen rugs. These are $10 rugs. So I paid $20 for two pretty sizable rugs, and they got this. They're like a yoga mats, but they're kitchen rugs because this is yoga mat material. And I'm just pulling these out and tossing them and putting them on the side of the car. I don't want to just go for a big walk with them. These have to stay near the car. So wherever I can find opportunity, and this isn't a good opportunity here to do them, right next to the police station. But yeah, that's my yoga mats or kitchen mats to just focus on the neck bridge to straighten things out. Because sitting here, I've been doing a lot of stretching in the neck and the shoulders, and I can't put my elbow out very far because of the door in the way. But in between the neck bridges, when I'm pushing it back, I can also change up and then drive my elbows into the ground as well for a while, and then switch it up and go back to the neck bridge and back and forth. So that's a really good ground exercise to have. No more push-ups until I feel like I've done more than enough neck bridges and back elbow pushing into grounds. Then, you know, I can kind of feel the points where then I feel balanced, and then I can start going into push-ups again. But I did push-ups way too much, and I was just rounding my back and just pulling everything forward, and then it was leading to digestion issues and all that problem, the swallowing problems, the upper and lower digestion issues, all of that. So I was closing everything down. It's with sit-ups and push-ups, and so now I'm reversing that. Yeah, day labor. I mean, I've done day labor before, and that, I mean, I've hurt my back more than helped it with day labor. So it's a matter of doing the right exercises, not just doing any exercise, especially for pay. You want to do exercises that are for therapy more than for a paycheck if you want to have improvement. So that's something that's new. I threw away this old stupid curtain that I found in the woods that I was holding on to, thinking I was going to use that as a car covering, and I held on to that for over a year, and now that's gone. And I figured with these rugs, I could also use these rugs to cover the roof of my car a little bit on the hottest days. I'll just lay them on the roof. They can get blown off by the wind, but it takes a little bit of extra wind to blow these things off by themselves. I have to figure out something maybe to hold them down better. And I don't think they're candidates for getting stolen so much. They're just carpet rugs. I don't know. I don't know if people are really willing to steal carpet rugs off of my car. But I think I'd like to get a third that would cover the whole roof of my car. So, yeah, there's people that work themselves to death. So that's something else. But yeah, this has been lazy traveling, and I'm trying to figure out how I can be a lazy recorder as well. How can I enjoy lazy traveling and lazy recording at the same time? So, I mean, I'm not the smartest person, and to be able to put videos together is not easy. When I try to make things look artistic, it's really just a random stitching of videos that sometimes doesn't even make sense. It's just because I'm doing a random I'm putting videos together in a random sort, and I'd like to avoid that a little bit. And right now, if I were to try to put together the GoPro Hero 9 and 10 videos into one video, alternating back and forth, it would just be a total mess. And I was thinking maybe that wouldn't be so bad. Maybe a mess wouldn't be that bad, but it does seem like it would be pushing the issue a little bit too much. So that's that's the bulk of everything, with trying to get things in order around here. I mean, I always have the legal problem in the back of my head as I move further north. The way it sounds, I mean, it sounds like my lawyer has things organized, and he's just he's got arguments in his head that I think he's put down on he's put down in motions or something as well. There has not been any new motions for weeks, and he took care of everything right away based on the information he got, and pretty much the transcripts that he's received have only confirmed what he's already known for weeks now, and that would be now made available for the appeals court, pretty much, if they have any questions. So it's just, yeah, it's just a matter of working this through. And you know, this, I mean, my Williston arrest lasted almost a year, lasted 11 months fighting. And how long has this been going on with Natchitoches? Natchitoches were just getting warmed up here, all right, since January, February, March, April, May. So 4 months, that's it. You know, Willis, it's over. I mean, I was convicted right away, but that doesn't mean that this case is over with. All right. In Williston, it took 11 months for the case to get dismissed. There was no conviction and then appeal. That's a costly process. I'm glad every state doesn't have this Louisiana process where you get convicted by city court right away, and then you have to go through the appeals court. You get absolutely no public defender for an appeals court, as far as I understand. I wouldn't get one. But there's similarities and there's differences between North Dakota and Louisiana. Like in North Dakota, I asked for a free lawyer twice and was denied twice by Judge Zander and the other judge, Judge Wilder, and let's see, it's very similar in circumstances to what Judge Owsley said. All right, like they just, you know, in North Dakota, these two judges both looked at my application. They decided too. It wasn't decided at a public defender's office. It was decided by the judges, and they said that I look like I make enough money, and I was a lot more poor too. So that gave me a lesson on how city judges' attitudes are towards getting court-appointed attorneys, and I mean, that's what I expected Judge Owsley to give me problems too with the court-appointed attorney issue, and I'm in the habit of not asking right away for a court-appointed attorney. I want to submit paperwork first so that I steer the court-appointed attorney in the right direction. You get the court-appointed attorney before the trial, but that failed for me. Yeah, it was. I'm glad I had the training that I did. I thought Idaho was tough. I thought Colorado was tough, but then it got tougher. It got tougher in North Dakota, but then it got super easy in Missouri. But then it got tough again, and it's currently tough in Louisiana. But yeah, you have to, what the city judge's limits were in North Dakota were that I think I needed to do an arraignment. The city judges were able to do arraignments in North Dakota. I couldn't avoid a city judge on arraignment, and the approval of a free lawyer. Those two were the major parts of my criminal case in North Dakota with both my charges. And then I transferred to the district court. So I was able to just ask to go to district court for and ask for a jury. Uh, so that was that. But you can't. Yeah, but in North Louisiana, the city court does everything. So he decides on arraignments and free lawyer, but not only that, he decides your fate too. He decides he has to do a bench trial. Like even if the city even if the city court in Louisiana didn't want to hear my case, didn't want to go through a trial with me, they had no choice because it's the law. It's like I don't have a choice. He don't have a choice. We just got to go through it. And of course, a typical city judge is going to make it miserable for you. So I could avoid city judges in the past in other states, but I couldn't in Louisiana. And that's what makes their legal system so much more difficult, because it's almost you're just working towards getting things on record, and the city court process. You're just working on getting things on record, because it's not going to go good for you unless you're related to the judge or something. Unless you're a cop yourself, it's not going to go good for you. So you just get everything on record for the appeals court, because the appeals I'm practically like in the process now, where now my case is transferred to district court in a way similar to North Dakota, where I had the case taken out of city court and put into district court. Now I should be out of city court. Maybe I'm not, but let's assume that I am, and I'm in now a higher court, which is what I've always wanted to be in. But this is the appeals court, which is a slight difference. There's no jury trial with the appeals court. We'll see. I just hope these court of appeals aren't a bunch of old city judges who are just doing the same thing a city judge does. If they don't deal with a jury trial, then it doesn't quite look good for me. It's a learning process. I mean, I learned sitting in 26 days in jail. So yeah, the process is, my ideal process to go for a jury trial, and the judges definitely don't want to see the prosecutor definitely doesn't want to see a jury trial involved for a case like mine, for a constitutional debate. This is a constitutional debate that the city judges don't have to do. They can completely avoid the constitutional debate because that's above their jurisdiction. They see their jurisdiction as limited, and it's not so much that they have to take in everything above them that's involved in the court process. They don't have to consider everything above them, just as much as they can't extend their power beyond their jurisdiction. They also don't take in the power from above either. But there is a power of above. But a lot of these city judges argue that they don't have to really pay close attention to the federal levels of jurisdiction. They don't have to think about that too much. There's a line, and that line is really causing a difference in the activity going on in a city court level compared to a district court level. District courts can argue more constitutional. District court can have more constitutional issues to argue. They're more willing to argue constitutional issues. The city court is not willing to argue constitutional issues. And when the arrest is on a constitutional basis, you don't want to deal with city court. City court is not qualified. I had an unqualified judge that presided over my case who didn't recuse himself, and I forget exactly the reason why he didn't recuse himself. I think it was something about he didn't see a conflict of interest, maybe. Yeah, vote to cut funding for local libraries for the local city court. Yeah, there's limitations that can be put in better place for particular organizations and institutions. It's like there's such an imbalance that maybe a lot of these organizations haven't been evaluated in a long time based on the local population and then what the funding is like. There's imbalances going on. Some libraries, some police stations are overfunded and they're overemployed for the city. But some cities, they change in population and structure so fast. Suddenly a big factory can move in and disrupt everything. Mining has really caused a lot of disruption. But is there really any other such like scenes where mining would ever have an impact on populations in the future? There's more likely other issues that can come about. Mining, like mining off of natural resources. It doesn't sound like there's much of anything left to get excited about with extracting natural resources. So the influence of mining towns and how the populations can fluctuate so incredibly. So that doesn't really happen so much these days. Well, whatever. I think I'm gonna just stop this here. I guess this is working pretty good. It didn't cut out at all.